Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome to tonight's opening night matchup in Division D West. We have in the blue corner Puns Upon a Time, captained by Lulu, and in the red corner we have Team Momentum, captained by Gluki. Normally, here's where we would talk about the storylines from the season so far, maybe some stats, some trends, but we don't have anything like that because it is a brand new season. So we're just waiting on the teams to start the game, and then we'll jump into the draft and see how it shakes out. So I think the teams are getting ready. Thanks everyone for stopping by. Hopefully, we entertain and maybe inform a little bit, but more entertain. So, for the map bans, and we'll get into the draft here real quickly because these teams are raring to go. Team Momentum won the coin flip. They've elected to take first pick. So Puns Upon a Time has banned Cursed Hollow and Outrack Pass. Team Momentum has banned Sky Temple and Brax's Holdout. And Puns Upon a Time chose the first map, which is Battlefield of Eternity. And that's how we got here. So with them having the map pick, Team Momentum will have the first pick. And with the first pick comes the first ban. And they do not want to see Brightwing come out to play. That's a solid ban. That polymorph can be punishing in the right hands. It's possible that it's a target ban too. I'm not sure how much of that we'll see in the first week, but these teams may have played each other, or they may know each other, they may have scrimmed against each other, so you can't rule it out. And everyone's favorite Space Bug Zagara getting banned. I personally do not expect her to get played in any of the NGS games week one. After the week is over, I'll go back and check and see if I'm right about that, but I don't think she'll get played very often. Val is another hero that I don't think will be played very often, so the bans might be a little bit stale until the meta gets shaken up a little bit. I'm seeing Val and Zagara banned in a lot of my own personal games too, so nothing unusual going on here. Who else do we want to ban? Stukov. Stukov, a nice, good, solid all-around healer. He also does a fair bit of damage to the Immortals, so our first pick is Lucio. And let's see who Puns Upon a Time wants to counter the Lucio with. Be interesting to see whether they build for race or whether they build for team fight. No one really tipping their hand yet, so we get Rhaegar and Sylvanas. Not my war chief, by the way, but she'll be in this game. And who does Team Momentum want to counter that with? I would guess they'll get at least one big DPS. If they're going to race here, this would be a good place to draft at least one of them. And there we go. We've got two good burners. We've got everyone's favorite Jimmy Right Click, Jim Raynor, and Li Ming. So they can both definitely rip down that Immortal with a quickness. So what heroes do we not want to put with this? I wouldn't be surprised to see the ban a tank here because Team Momentum doesn't have a tank yet. Maybe also get rid of a bruiser that could handle the solo lane. No, we get rid of a tank, Diablo. Lots of walls and choke points around the Immortals, so he could really get some good action in on those. So that's a good ban. I like the Diablo ban. Not that it matters if I like or don't like it, but just letting you know that I do. And let's see who Team Momentum wants to get rid of. They get rid of May. No snowballs today. But we still need a tank for both teams, so wouldn't be surprised to see one come out. And we get not one but two, so we get Blaze, probably a main tank Blaze, and an offlane Dahaka, but maybe not. Probably though on this map, I think so. And Chen is coming out to play with Muradin. That's a whole lot of beef in front of Ming and Raynor, so they've got a front line to play behind. And who does Pet Wolverine take to finish off this draft? So we take Chromie. So they look a little bit more team fighty, and Team Momentum looks a little bit more racy. So we'll have to see how this plays out, especially on the first Immortal when the res timers are really, really short. So I think no one's going to change here. So we are ready to get into the game and kick it off. Game 1, Week 1, Match 1. Here we go. So chat, who do you like better in this draft? I think I might go with Team Momentum just because of the burn potential with Ming and Rainer. But Once Upon a Time could just kill them, and it's hard to burn when you're dead too, so I'm actually not sure how this is going to shake out. That's what makes this game so much fun. They don't play it on paper, they play it on the field, so draft is important, but you have to execute that draft once you have it in game. So we'll get the teams loaded in here, and we will kick this thing off. All right, so let's get started by introducing the teams here. So in the blue corner, lining up in the bottom lane, because that's what we do on this map. I'm not sure why, but it is. So we have Lulu on Rhaegar, Muffin Man on Sylvanas, Juggerab on Blaze, Barber on Dahaka, and Pet Wolverine on Chromie. And in the red corner, we have Anusio on Lucio, Slacks on Rainer, Wrecked on Li Ming, Dandy on Chen, and Gluki on Murden. So let's see how it starts off. So the red team is heading out mid, like they're not sure which lane they want to start off in, or they're keeping it interesting. I wonder if they're watching out for Sylvanas cheese, making sure they didn't go to a lane and cheese a tower, but they did not. So we're going to start doing battle here in the bottom lane. Let's pop up the talents. Juggerab a little bit low, but Dahaka can get like that and get himself out of there. Blaze also no, sorry. That was Blaze then Dahaka. First cast, my eyes are a little bit rusty, folks. Sorry. So we have 5 down in the bottom. I guess Dahaka is going to back, and then he's going to head up there and deal with Chen. So they didn't lose too much. So in fact, I'm not sure they lost any at all. So they should be okay. Chromie looks really, really comfortable just hanging out in the back line and acting like a tiny little cute artillery piece. So she looks fairly safe back there. I don't know how much they're going to be able to get to her behind Blaze. Both camps are up. I wouldn't be surprised to see one of the teams make a move on one of them fairly soon. Murden gets time trapped, and then he's in a little bit of trouble, but he turns around and stuns, and Blaze goes down. So Murden was able to turn that fight around very quickly, and we have first blood. Jimmy gets the kill, but I think a lot of that assist goes to Murden there. Let's head up to the top lane for a moment. It just looks like we're just swapping and collecting minions. Not much exciting going on down there. But in the bottom lane, Team Momentum has made the first move on the camp with Blaze being dead, and they're able to pick that up with no muss, no fuss. So that camp will be pushing here in the bottom lane. Blaze with a nice stun on Murden. I have a feeling they're going to be just trading stuns back and forth all night. Hope they're both wearing their helmets so that they don't get concussions. Pushing up a little bit with the camp here. Pet Wolverine, Chromie in a little bit of trouble, but it's able to back up, and she's going to have to back all the way. Both Son have had a tap up. Let's go check out the top lane again. Nope, still where it was before. But in the bottom lane, Team Momentum getting a little push here, doing a little bit of damage on the towers and the wall. Their towers and wall are pretty much untouched. And blue team is already on their back camp, so they picked it up. So it'll be pushing during the Immortal phase. Team Momentum picking up their back camp. Both teams are on pace to start burning when the Immortals come up. So it looks like that's what's going to happen. Once Upon a Time got there a little bit faster, but Team Momentum, the burn is just a little bit better, so they're able to catch up and jump into the lead here. Let me zoom this out so we can get as much of this in as we can. So both teams continuing to burn, and it looks like, well, surprisingly, after jumping out to that lead there, Once Upon a Time is able to take that Immortal. And then we have a little fracas. Everybody wants those globes in the middle. Lulu having to back up a little bit. Goes into wolf form there. Oh, they're chasing this a little bit. Chen and Murden are willing to mix it up, and they get the stun on Blaze, and Blaze goes down for the second time. So they'll have one less person to push with, but they will still have the Immortal to push with. Oops. There we go. So the Immortal's down to about 50% health here. So they've got one of the two towers done. The other one's going to go, and the gate's going to fall shortly after that. Meantime, in the bottom lane, we just have Chen and Dahaka. Doesn't look like anything exciting is going on down there, so we'll stay up here. Team Momentum positioning to take this camp. They're going to go ahead and get started. Once Upon a Time knows that it's happening. They're going to contest here. Kirby getting some nice damage there with the Sandblast. Murden is able to jump over the wall and get back to safety. Once Upon a Time, however, have taken over the camp, and Murden standing on it, so they can't capture it yet. Murden does have to leave, and Once Upon a Time is going to get that. They do pay dearly for it. They get chunked down, but no one goes down, so they come out as the clear winners of that fight. So Chen and Dahaka have come up for a moment too. They're both heading back down to the bottom lane though. Blaze coming in for the cheeky stun, doesn't hit the stun, takes a tower shot, has to back up, but he's fine. He's got good healing behind him. And we'll see how much Once Upon a Time we're able to siege this, whether they're able to get this fort down before the next objective or not. XP is really, really close. Once Upon a Time have a slight advantage, but Tens will be here at roughly the same time for both teams, unless there's a big mega or a multi-kill here. So my guess is they'll just be waiting for Tens to come online. No one's going to really force that issue. Once Upon a Time looking at that bottom camp. Chen is also looking in the camp. He doesn't have backup now, but they're coming in. Sylvanas is going to rip the camp down. I don't know if they have spied that out or if they just don't care all that much. Maybe they're just going to let the camp be taken and clear it. So they've elected to not care about the camp, and they're going to go ahead and start burning here. And they're burning with a vengeance. They are definitely getting out into the lead. In fact, they get it down to halftime before a single hit point has been taken off their Immortal. So they are in pretty good shape here. And we get top and bottom here. So they're going to continue to race. Once Upon a Time is going to come in and try and defend. Carmi putting out the slowing sands there just to annoy people trying to walk through it. So you've got a big circle with little circles around it. If you're a fan of geometry, this is the fight for you. If only we had Deckard here in his magic triangles. Team Momentum still burning that down, and we still don't have a single tick being taken off of the Immortal on the other side. Murden able to jump out to safety there. Once Upon a Time doing a good job of keeping them away, and with the drag they get a kill on Chen, so they are a little bit low. I would expect to see someone go down and start burning. It looks like Sylvanas is going to burn, and the rest of the blue team is going to play a little bit of defense. I don't know if they'll be able to defend the last 4,000 points of health. They might though. Oh, was that another nice drag? I believe it was. Murden in trouble is able to jump out, and they do get the Immortal, so they bopped up a little bit of the shield, but the Immortal still does go down. And we'll be down here in the bottom lane, except Dahaka and Chen will be up in the top lane. And this has got a really, really healthy shield on it, so we'll see what kind of value they can get from it. I would expect at least half the fort here, maybe the whole thing. Raynor throwing the Hyperion out to clear the way, so the Immortal has less work to do with the structures in front. Ming with a really, really nice orb on Blaze. Blaze does get the bunker off. It's going to be up, though. Sylvanas is in it now. Ming getting a lot of damage. Hasn't been able to secure a kill yet, but they do secure the kill onto Blaze. Lucio finishes that one off after Ming did most of the work. And this fort's going to go down. The Immortal is also very, very low. They are committing 4 to this push, though. Lucio with a nice, I think that was a high 5 there. Let's get the Unstoppable and save his tank. So that fort's gone, and they are going to be a little cheeky here and take the back camp of Once Upon a Time. And they're not going to be able to defend it wisely. With Chen coming down, I think that might have been a bad fight for them to take. So Puns will have to come down and defend that. In the meantime, Team Momentum is going to head up, get all those XP globes that have been sitting out there for a while. And the wall is down, so they've got to be thinking about that fort. They're going to take the camp and let the camp push behind them, or in front of them, hopefully. Sorry, excuse me. So they're going to wait. They're going to cap it now, and they have 4 up here. Raynor's going to, I think he's going to go burn the back camp. Yep. So Puns will be able to clear that camp without much effort. But Team Momentum is going to get their back camp. A little unusual to get that now instead of waiting until the objective, but you know, there's never a bad time to have Mercen. Oh, no, they're not going to get it. They are smarter than I am. I didn't see that coming. They're going to wait and step on it right before the Immortal, so they just had to make sure no one on the blue team steps on it. In the meantime, Murden's taking a little damage up front. Ming throwing out those big fat orbs. So she did go orb build, so she'll be a terror from distance, just like Chromie is. So now they're going to go back, and are they baiting this camp, or are they waiting for Punch? No, they're going to go ahead and take it here. They're just waiting to get it as late as possible. And either team that wants to burn is going to have to go to the other side of the map here, so it's a little bit more dangerous. Team Momentum, however, doesn't care about the danger, and they're going to go in. Blaze has to burn the bunker to keep himself safe. That Hyperion's going to be trouble. Everyone has to back up. Blaze doesn't back up quickly enough, and he goes down. So we have 5-1 in kills now for Team Momentum. Team Momentum also has 13, where Once Upon a Time doesn't. So they're almost 13. They might have to back up and get a little bit of soak here to get that. So we are pretty close to being even here at halftime. Team Momentum has a has a slight advantage, and they're going to just commit to the burn here. And there's not much that Puns can do at this time to catch out. They might be able to burn a little bit of shield off. Maybe they're going to come down and try and get a kill. So the Immortal is dead. Chen disrupting, knocking people around, being the annoying Chen that he can be. He's going to go down and chase Sylvanas. Sylvanas, she gets the Ancestral, so she'll definitely get away. Well, maybe not. Lucio said maybe not. But she did get away with that Banshee trick. And Murden takes Rhaegar out, so we have a big push here coming in the bottom lane. The Immortal is top, taking out that fort. Looks like that fort is pretty low. I don't know if the Hawk is going to be able to save it. Sylvanas is down, and I don't know if Team Momentum are thinking endgame here. They're thinking at least keep, though. They've got 3 members of Puns down. The Hyperion will help them secure that keep, doing a lot of damage. Murden's a little bit low. I think he'll be fine once second wind kicks in if he can get out of combat here. Oh, he doesn't get out of combat. Chromie makes sure of that, so Murden goes down. However, they do trade a keep for the dwarf, so I think that's probably a good trade. Chen is, I don't know if he's going to survive. I think he might just keep them around, so that they don't chase the rest of the team. So he takes one for the team. Chen kills Chen. You hate to see that Chen on Chen violence. So the tail of the structures here, if we look at the map, we have one fort halfway down for Team Momentum. We have no forts for Punch Upon a Time, and we're missing one keep. So at this point, Team Momentum, they can just play the map. They don't really have to make a play. Punch Upon a Time probably does. They're down a talent tier right now, so they've got to soak and get 16. If they're able to take this fort, that'll be 16. However, Team Momentum might object to that, so they come in. Nice stun there. Lulu with the self-ancestral, but it's just not enough or not in time. So Rhaegar goes down. Blaze is in the bunker, but they're behind him, so he's not going to be able to make a safe escape. Well, maybe he does. He jumps out to the north. Sylvanas really, really low, so she has to leave. So they're not going to chase that. Probably a good idea, because like I said, they don't have to make a play. Although they're thinking about this camp, so maybe they do want to make a play. They are pretty close to the blue side of the map here, so this is a little bit dangerous, but Puns don't appear to want any part of that. They'll just go ahead and clear up that camp when it comes out. Chen taking that camp in the top unopposed. Setting things on fire the way Chen does. And are we going to come back and get the back camp for Team Momentum? Yes, we are. They should get this down just in time for the burn. So we'll have two camps pushing for Team Momentum. Punch Upon a Time might be in a little bit of trouble here, folks. Blaze jumping in. Get a stun, but gets stunned himself. Punch Upon a Time choosing to defend here. They don't want to give up this Immortal with only the one keep, because that might be the end of a keep. Slowing Sands helping out, so they can't come in from that angle, but they slide over and come in from a couple of different angles. Blaze gets the Ancestral in the bunker, so he is able to walk away healthily. Rainer throws the Hyperion on top, and you can't defend the Hyperion. And Blaze goes down. Ming takes down Sylvanas. Chen is really, really low. He does get the shield, and I think he might actually survive this. Rhaegar goes down. So we have, as a 5-2 right now. That's going to be halftime. I don't think Punch Upon a Time is going to be up by halftime. This might be trouble. So Team Momentum going to just come in and burn. And they're going to get, I believe this is going to be a 100% Immortal on their side. And that it is. So we will head up to the top lane, unless they could choose to come bottom and just let the Immortal push you off lane, but it looks like they're going to commit everyone to the top lane. They're probably thinking about ending at this point. So Punch Upon a Time is, I think they have to get a kill. Maybe walk around the Immortal and walk behind it, but that's such a healthy Immortal. I don't know if you can do that. Jugrov comes in, gets the stun off. Jumps into the bunker. Muradin jumps and stuns him. He does get the Unstoppable to cleanse, but he still goes down. Slowing Sands slowed everyone, but they were able to walk through it. Now they're on the other side. They don't care about it too much. So that's going to be the keep here. Chen just rolling around, having fun, doing Chen things. And that Immortal still has a little bit of a shield, and it's got a full body underneath that. So at this point, it's going to start hitting the core. I don't know if there's enough DPS in the world to take that out. The Hyperion certainly helps. So that core is going down. It's down to 85, down to 50. Now it's just being ripped apart into little tiny shreds. And that core is going to go all the way to 0. They do manage to get a kill on Rhaegar there to pump up the KDA at the end. And that is our first game. So let's head back over to the map screen. And let's do my favorite thing to do as a caster, and that is giving someone a point. So we will mark that one in the win column for Team Momentum. And they have taken the lead 1-0. So we're going to take a really, really short break here while we get set up for the second game. So stay tuned.
You have finally returned home.
Home? You destroyed my home. Slaughtered innocents. Left peaceful realms in ruins. You broke your promise.
I will not be questioned. Return to the tower at once. Fine.
How could you?
Dead magic. I am beyond that power.
You're wrong.
Order, my daughter. Without it, everything will be lost.
Then I will fight. I will never stop fighting you. For my family. For the realm. For the Nexus.
There is much for us to settle. The pathetic wretches of this new realm already fear me.
They should. So many souls for me to harvest.
And I shall begin with theirs. This Nexus, all its power, it will be mine!
Those who oppose me invite their own demise.
If the two of us have learned anything fighting fools like these...
All right, welcome back, everyone. We're ready to jump into game 2, and we're going to continue the Diablo theme here, and we're going to go to Infernal Shrines. So, Team Momentum got to pick the map, so Once Upon a Time will get the first map pick, or first draft pick. And let's jump into the draft, shall we? Wondering if we'll see any respect bans this game. Ming was really good the first game, but that's not really someone you ban on this map because she has a hard time with the killing the skeletons in the pit. But they did not like the Lucio at all. They said, no, sir. You sold fizzy lifting drinks. Good day. Team Momentum sticks with their plan from game 1 and gets rid of the Brightwing. Raynor was pretty effective that first game. I wonder if you think of getting rid of him. Probably not on this map, but they get rid of Diablo, so if they choose to take it, they will have their choice of either Zagara or Vala if someone on that team wants to take it, because there are 2 heroes and only 1 band left, and 2 minus 1 is, yeah, that's 1. My caster math checks out. One of those heroes will be available. Or perhaps both, but at least one. Team Momentum really thinking about it, and okay, 2 minus 0 is 2. Both of them will be available. They could, of course, only take 1. I wonder if they're kind of countering that strategy. So instead of letting them have their choice, they say, we'll take Zagar, and I wonder if we see Vala picked up. And some idiot caster in the first draft said we are not going to see Zagara for an entire week. So you can see how much I know about this game right there. Send your comments, complaints, etc. to Rackham at NGS.com. So we get the Anduin picked up, replacing the Lucio that was handled so well in the first game. And Muradin. So they're sticking with their tank for the first game. But I think Muradin had a pretty good game. So do we get the Vala with this, or are they going a different direction? Would be a lot of damage, but I could also see them prioritizing other things like Stukov. Sukov's so good here, putting the circles down inside the shrines. And Barber 6 with the Dahaka. So we'll see who we get banned out here in the second phase. Vala, so we won't see a Zagara Vala combo. That could be kind of oppressive there. So I think that's probably a good ban. I wouldn't be surprised to see them get rid of like a Kel'Thas or a Jaina here. Just a mage that's going to be good on the Immortal, or not the Immortal, on the Shrines. Nope, instead they get rid of the Chen. You know, Chen was kind of annoying. When he's played well, he's super irritating to play against, and he was definitely irritating. I mean that as a pretty high compliment. So that ban doesn't surprise me all that much. So Sylvanas changes jersey. She goes blue to red between games, and they pick up the Gazlowe. A couple of nice meaty Gazlowe bombs on the shrine might just be what the doctor ordered. So we'll see what Puns Upon a Time takes to counter that. They'll need a tank, most likely, unless they're going to go triple bruiser or something, something spicy here. Nope. They get the tankiest tank of all, Johanna. And she's really good on the shrines, condemning all the little skeletons, pulling them in while the DPS blows them up. And they do get Tychus. So he's going to just be in Muradin's face all game long, hitting him with that damage. And Rekt goes with the Alarak. So we'll see that Discord Strike and the Silence, and could be kind of oppressive to play against. So we'll see how that goes. Teams are getting ready for the game, getting all psyched up. And we will see you on the other side of this bumper. All right, let's get into the game. And hopefully no one saw that that bumper said Season 11 on it. I forgot to change that, so my apologies, anyone that was offended. So let's introduce the team. So we have Pet Wolverine on the Zagara, Barber on the Dahaka, Lulu on the Stukov, Muffin Man on the Tychus, and Juggerab on the Johanna on the blue side. And in the red corner, we have Anusio on the Anduin, Gluki on the Muradin, Slacks on the Sylvanas, Dandy on the Gaslow, and Wrecked on the Alarak. So let's head to mid because the teams are going here. Why do we do this every game? I think it's required by law at this point. And we'll see who gets the better of it. Let's pop up the talents there. Stukov taking reactive ballista spores, so look for him to be throwing that around every 60 seconds or so. So Gaslow's already headed up to the top, so he's gotten a little jump on the soak already, potentially. Although Dahaka's heading up now, I don't know if he's actually going to miss anything. No, he's getting there just as that wave is available. And Once Upon a Time, they're going to be, looks like they're going to be rotating mid-bottom, so until we get to the first objective, expect to see this, maybe with an occasional break for the camps. Zagara will be throwing banelings all over the place. You can expect that the entire game. So it's just a matter of clear XP, move down, stop diving for a camp. Once Upon a Time going to take their camp first. They're a Scotia ahead on XP, but not significantly. Sylvanas having to back up a little bit because she is outnumbered 2-1. Team Momentum not taking their camp. They're going to come down here and maybe see if they can mix it up a little bit. But seeing there's no fight to be had, they're going to... I don't think they're going to patiently wait. Are they going to head to their camp now? Yeah, they're going to start taking their camp down. So Muradin up here clearing up the camp mid along with Gaslow. Gaslow's going to take it over now. So Muradin can come down and anchor there. So that camp will make its way to mid. And Team Momentum is going to make a play for the bottom camp. They have 4 here. Tychus is up taking the top bruiser camp, so I don't think they're going to be able to contest this. I think they're going to try. It is a 4v3, although Zagara, with all those banelings, makes it look a little closer than it is. Muradin very, very low. He does have to jump out, and Tychus was able to come back in. Johanna goes down, but Alarak goes down, and Muradin, I think, is going to go down as well. Sylvanas, she's going down. Is she taking someone with her? No. So that is a 3-for-1 for Once Upon a Time. So that puts them about a half lead up in XP. And more importantly, they'll be able to get a jump on the Immortal. A very short jump because rest timers are so low at this point. So Dahaka captures the blue bruiser camp. Gaslow is going to be capturing the red one here. A little bit behind. But Once Upon a Time have taken the opportunity to jump on the shrine, and they have a 20-0 lead, so they've got a halfway there already. We'll see if Team Momentum is able to come back in here and have anything to say about it. Get the talents out of the way so we can see more of the screen. Nope. And I think they're okay with that. The Mortar Punisher isn't all that scary this early, so Gaslow is going to be in the top lane. We'll see what kind of pushing he can get done on the top fort. In the meantime, the Immortal comes in. It's chasing Muradin. Now it's stopped. Now it's going to siege. The fort is about half down. I think that fort's probably not long for this world. The Immortal jumps on Alarak there, but he's able to get away, and they are going to be able to take it out before it reaches the keep wall. However, the fort's gone, and let's see what kind of damage we did to the top wall. The top wall is pretty much untouched on both sides, so that's a definite advantage for Once Upon a Time. They also have a full level XP lead, so we will see if they can take advantage and get 10 first and maybe turn and get a big fight here. Johanna's going to start the camp. She's going to get the camp, I think. Yep, she is. Murden comes in to try and contest it, and he gets killed for his trouble. Stukov is able to get the finishing touches on that kill. So that extends that XP lead just a little bit more. Team Momentum looking at the camp. However, Punch Upon a Time is looking at the camp, and they know 10 is about to be here. So I think Team Momentum is probably going to give this, and it looks like they are. Gazlo is going to be up top to see what he can get, but Hawk is going to come up there and check him and run him off a little bit. So we do have 10 here. So let's head up here. Joanna gets silenced, but the silence wears off. She's able to get the unstoppable up, so she's fine. Oh, she gets silenced and pulled back again. Two-man Maw with Murden and Alarak, and Johanna falling sword on top of that seals Murden's fate. Alarak does get out of there, but their tank is down, and this fort, I think, is going to be going down here shortly too. Maybe not. Gastel's going to come in and put down some of his toys, try and convince him to leave. So they are going to save the fort for now. In the meantime, what are Puns going to do? They are going to come down and take the camp. And they're going to do that uncontested. So they've been leaving Gazlo alone in the top a lot, but it's like he hasn't really been able to get really going up there with the push. The Hawk has been able to do just enough to keep him in check, so tip of the hat to the Haka there. Some nice play. Once upon a time looking for that fort. Zagar throwing Baneling after Baneling after Baneling. Fort is still up. They do have a 4v. Now it's a 4v4, so I think they're going to back up. And 10s are here for both teams, but we have level 12 for Puns Upon a Time, so they don't have a talent advantage, but they have scaled up an extra 2 levels. And shortly it'll be 13, so they'll have a talent coming in. So I expect them to just hold their ground here and try and take this objective. Falling Sword comes in. The Gravel Bomb does get Zagara, but she's able to turn around and then turn back and throw some Bailings onto the scene. So Murden goes down, Gazlo goes down. There's the chase of Alarak. He does able to get himself out of there with some sick moves. But the shrine is at 23, 25. Oh. Alarak's coming in. I think he's going to be able to get out. So the Bailings do chase him off. 35. We're almost there. 4 more. And that should be a blue Arcane Punisher. I think I called this the Immortal earlier. Sorry, everyone. Been rusty after a long off season, so hope no one was too offended by my misuse of the HOTS terms. Punisher jumps onto Alarak. He does go unstoppable within the, I think it was a Falling Sword that comes in. Zagar does go down. That fort getting work done. That fort is the MVP of that fight so far. 3 members of the blue team tried to fight it, and 3 of them came up dead. And then it looks like Alarak and Gazlo are trying to get Tychus, but he's going to escape with a quick little scoot out. The Punisher is going to be taken down, so the fort's gone, but the wall is still fairly healthy. 13's here for Puns Upon a Time, not too far away for Team Momentum. They're going to go ahead and invade this camp here. So Puns Upon a Time probably knows that they're here, and they're going to come down. We'll see how this fight goes. It's a 4v3. It's a 4v4 now, and Tychus goes down, and a lot of the red team is really low here. Murden is low. Anduin is low. Anduin's going to go down. Alarak goes down. Murden goes down just about the same time. Sylvanas is very low. she's going to have to run back and grab a well or just back. In the top lane, we've got Gaslow pushing, Dahaka harassing him. So that left wall still looks pretty untouched there. Dahaka doing a really good job of taking it to him up there. In the mid, Once Upon a Time, they're sniffing that keep, and they would like it for themselves. They do get the wall and soften it up, but they're not going to get it, so they're going to back up. Looks like they're going to be going to the bottom camp here. And they should be able to rip that down. 16 is here for them, so we do have a 16 to 14 talent lead. So Team Momentum is going to have to soak 16, I think, before they can take another fight. Once Upon a Time. Going to take that camp with no problem. Will they paint the map blue and take their top camp, or will they push with this? That's a very good question, one which will be answered very shortly. It looks like they're going to take this top bruiser camp. Team Momentum still in search of 16, so they probably don't want to take a fight unless they can find one where the numbers are to their liking. So they should have 16 before this objective starts. I wonder if Once Upon a Time is going to do something a little spicy here. It looks like they may be going for the bottom keep because they know that everyone for Team Momentum is top, so they're going to come down and do some sieging down here. They'll definitely get the wall. Team Momentum streaming back here. Not fast enough to save the wall. I think they're probably going to save the keep, though. Yeah, they all back to come back and defend it, so good bit of siege there, and everyone had to back, so they weren't able to start on the objective anyway. Now Dahaka will have the objective all to himself, so we'll give the solo laner his moment in the sun here and put the camera on him. It's your turn to shine, Dahaka. I know you don't get to be on camera all that much, so enjoy it right here. Sorry about that, everyone. A little blackout there, but we are back now. Falling Sword comes out, gets a lot of stun. Andrew comes back with his stun, though. They trade stun for stun. 3 people in the maw. So we've got a 5v2 for just a second. But Zagara goes down before they can kill anyone inside the maw. Gaslow, I think, might go down, so it's... No, sorry. Zagara killed Sylvanas. Eyes are slow today. So the objective is 30-3 with 5v3. There's no reason Once Upon a Time shouldn't take that. So they're going to let Tychus mop that up. In the meantime, they're going to commit 3 to pushing the fort here. And Dahaka is just going to grab them from soak mid. They're trying to get 20. And if they get 20, I think this might be lights out. Maybe not. All the members of Team Momentum are going to be up. That fort's gone. That's a foregone conclusion. And it is a frozen Punisher, so it will shut off structure. So this one this late in the game could be especially punishing. No pun intended. Punisher jumps onto Alarak. He's able to pull back, though. They've got it down to just a little over 50%. It does get to the keep, so the keep is frozen. 20 is here for Once Upon a Time. Dahaka with the nice pull. Alarak gets out, but then the Falling Sword lands on him, although he's able to turn around and stun or silence Johanna. Then the light bomb goes off. Lots of silences, lots of stuns. Punisher jumps back into play. Luckily for Team Momentum, jumps on Murdered, who's able to take that. So they're able to defend. They don't lose. Well, I say they're able to defend. This keep is going to go down. and it's still 20-17. They might still be thinking about game over at this point. The Punisher's down. They're going to commit to taking this keep, though. Keep is just barely alive, and now it's not, and it's dead. So we do have 5v5. I think they realize they're not going to win there, so there's no point in forcing a bad fight and maybe getting a wipe and losing some structures on the other side of the map. So I think they're just going to paint the map blue. So they're going to go there. Then they're probably going to go to this camp down here. It wasn't really hard to figure that one out. Even I figured it out. That camp's going to go down pretty quickly. In the meantime, Team Momentum, very, very much on the back foot. They're going to be just practicing some lane hygiene, getting some soak. They really, really need to get 20. Are they thinking about an invade on this camp? Not so much of an invade, but let's scare everyone off of the camp. And I think Team Momentum probably made the right decision there. I don't think they could have contested that. So that camp is going to go blue. Meantime, they're chasing down here a little bit, which they're up by a talent tier and 3 levels, so why not? Johanna getting in there with a nice condemn. Are they looking at that keep? I think they're looking at it. I don't know if they're going to be able to get it, though, but I think they're going to force it. Yep, Tychus is getting the Odin. Nice drag onto Sylvanas. Even nicer pull to get her back. And the light bomb, but however, she does not survive. Maw goes down, doesn't get anyone. But Team Momentum is still in just a little bit of trouble here. So that is... And core goes down. Just all those camps they took in the last minute or so of the game. Just, wow. Heroes didn't need to do a whole lot but stand there and watch the core just go down. So let's head over to the game summary here real quick. And let's look at some stats. So if we look at the damage, it was definitely the Zagara and Tychus show. They were just too much for the other team to handle, especially that Zagara. I would be very surprised to see Zagara in Game 3. So Johanna actually third in damage, and I think a lot of that too, that falling sword just jumping on people and then taking them out from there. So Johanna was very, very well played. 13-6 in kills. Yeah, this game might have been a little one-sided, but there were some signs of life from Team Momentum, and they were head and shoulders the winners of Game 1. So I fully expect this Game 3 to be very close and very exciting. So we're going to take a little break while we set that up for you, and we will be right back.
All right, everyone, gather round. On the 12th day of winter veil, the Nexus gave to me 12 mounts a prancing, 11 wisps a playing, 10 snowmen dancing, 9 angels singing, 8 heroes feasting, 7 murlocs marching, 6 zombie cookies. What in the...
5 undead kings.
You're ruining my song.
4 chocolate frogs.
Stop.
3 sweet spiders. 2 gummy goons and a punch. Hey!
And I'll end your killing spree.
And a happy winter veil to thee. I think that went pretty well.
A king has fallen. A father. A friend. A warrior.
All right, before we go on to the next map, let's give the proper team a point there. So that one goes over to the blue teams, tie it up at 1-1. And our next map will be Dragonshire. And this is brought to us by your friends at Once Upon a Time. So Team Momentum, having lost the second game, really, really wants the first pick, and they've elected for that. So here's where we're going. Teams are getting ready, and then we will jump in to Game 3 for all the marbles. Well, all the Week 1 marbles. It's probably too much to say all the marbles at this point, but 1 week's worth of marbles will be up for grabs here. That's what they'll be playing for. Mr. Weenus, thank you for the 69 bits. Always appreciated, sir. Glad you could stop by here. All right, let's get into the Shire of the Dragon. So, I will bet anyone in chat 1,000 bits that we do not see Zagara this game. Surely we're not going to see Zagara, but I was wrong before. Team Momentum is tired of Barbara's Dahaka, as well they should be. Globals being a little bit more important on this map too. That's a really, really good ban, in this reporter's opinion. But Lucio will not be coming out to play here. He can help them move quickly from point to point, so he's not a global, but he definitely doesn't hurt there. And he was also played really well in the first game. There's Zagara. No one took me up on the 1,000-bit bet, though. Nuts. So the Space Bug will not be coming out to play this game. Who else do we get rid of? We get rid of the Ming. A little better choice on this map than on the last map, and she was played well in game 1, so I guess that counts as a respect ban. I'll put that down in the respect ban column. Brightwing, after being banned by Team Momentum the first 2 games, is picked up by them in game 3. Good global presence, so she can get from point to point in a hurry and help out her friends while murdering the other team and sounding cute all the time, which makes it just that much more creepy. We get Stukov and Tychus. That Stukov was pretty solid in game 2. Got a lot of work done. The Tychus also pretty solid. Commandeering that Odin all over the place, scooting around, throwing his grenades, doing his Tychus things. So Mrs. Windup Bird is here just to support Amucio. So nobody else, just Amucio. Everyone else, Mrs. Windup Bird does not care. Glad to have you aboard anyway. So Vala and Chen come out for Team Momentum. We'll see which build Vala goes. My guess would be the W build, because it is a little bit broken right now, but see what they do with it. And they will not be putting a Diablo with that. So I would expect maybe to get rid of a tank here, but not necessarily. There might be a big time DPS they don't want to face. We'll see what they do with this last man. So they don't want to see the Johanna. They don't want that falling sword all over their backline. So probably a good decision there. It was played very effectively in game 2. Rexar will probably be patrolling the top lane for them, and Sylvanas. So she's traded back. She's been switching jerseys between each game here. Good thing that this isn't a best of 7. She might get tired and run out of outfit changes. More costume changes than the Supremes. So Glucky picks up May this game. And Rex will probably bring a mage, and does indeed brings up Tassadar. So we'll probably get a tank here out of Puns Upon a Time. ETC might be good. Stage I if you want a global, but there are also lots of other good choices there. And Varian, ooh, that means we could potentially have Taunt Varian with the Stukov silence underneath him, which is if he can get the sword onto Vala or Tassadar, they might be deleted very, very quickly. So this could actually be kind of rough if they can get to him. So it'll be up to Mei and Chen to make sure that does not happen in the big team fights. All right, so here we go. Teams are loading up. They are getting themselves ready to go. Putting on the chalk or the rosin or whatever it is they need to do. Maybe hydrating a little bit between games. So, chat, who wins the draft here? I'm not sure. I don't even have a thought there. I could go with either one of them for sure. All right, so let's introduce the teams here, and let's mix it up. Let's introduce the red team first. We have Amusio on the Brightwing, Dandy on the Chen, Slacks on the Vala, Glucky on the May, and Rect on the Tassadar. And on the blue side of the map, we have Muffin Man on the Tychus, Lulu on the Stukov, Barber on the Rexar, Pet Wolverine on the Sylvanas, Not My War Chief, and Juggerob on the Varian. So let's head off to mid and await the arrival of the teams with much fanfare. Because I know that's where they're going to be. Rexar going to top and Chen going to... He's heading out to the top here. He's just being a little sneaky about it. So probably not much to see here. Just going to be trading minions, pushing waves back and forth. So we'll come back, check on them in a moment, but I think most of the action is going to be happening down in mid and then bottom. So team momentum just going to rotate mid bot, mid bot, mid bot. Looks like Puns Upon a Time taking a different approach. They're putting Sylvanas to the bottom, so more of a 1-3-1. A lot of patience being shown by Juggerab. May, however, finds him out. He's going to be safe though. He's very hard to kill. Stukov. Rexar coming down with the bear. Oop, the bear gets isolated with the wall, but DPS is still pretty low at this point. Let's show talents. We do get the Ballista Spore again from Stukov, so keep an eye and see if we still get the same build that we had last game. Bloody Drapes is here. He says he hears that my offlaner is handsome. I can't lie, he is very handsome. It's kind of distracting for all the ladies in the audience. So we've got a big clump down here in the bottom lane, so let's take a look at that. Once upon a time, we're able to grab that, and looks like they're going to be able to hold on to it. Although we do have 4 down here, so May's going to come down and turn that We do have the point going blue, but not for long enough for a channel to come out. So Varian is now a real boy, so he does have taunt as expected. So we'll see if he can, he and Sukov can get in sync there. Taika's really, really low. He does get back, and the taunt goes out onto May. That's a big target, and Sylvanas finishes May off for first blood. And Vala, really low. They're going to have to go back, so that's going to turn this blue. Chen is going to try and turn it. Is Rexar going to get the cast off? I don't think he's going to get it off in time. Nope. They weren't able to get the bottom one quickly enough. Taunt comes out onto Tassadar. He turns around, puts some damage out. Brightwing comes to heal him up, so he's back in the action. We're going to have this fight down here for the bottom. I think we'll be down here for a while. Doesn't look like we're going to get a dragon anytime soon, which is fine. Just makes that first dragon all that much more exciting. The top lane, Rexar's been able to get Chen out of there, but Chen is so Chen, I guess, is kind of double soaking mid top here. Sylvanas shuts off some towers there, and then Tychus is able to follow up on the taunt for the kill. So one tower in the bottom is going to go. I'd like to see him get that well if they could. Probably not going to be able to get it right now, but it should be on their to-do list here very shortly. They are up 7-6. I don't know whether they'll be able to force a fight, but they do have a talent advantage for just the briefest moment in time. So we have Rexar and Chen. They're kind of double soaking, but they're kind of out of sync, so they're not going to see each other. I guess they just leave notes in the bushes as they walk back and forth. Although they're gonna, it looks like they at least saw each other for a moment there. Bottom camp being taken by Puns Upon a Time. 7 is here for both teams, so the talent advantage is no more. Main knows that they're down there and throws a snowball just to be annoying, but doesn't contest the camp. So that camp is going to march all the way to the fort with no building in front of it. Team Momentum does a good job of ripping the camp down, so not going to do a lot of damage. We do have a blue channel available. No one making any move toward it yet. Sylvanas uses Black Arrow to shut the fort down, but it's back up now, so they're going to have to respect that gun on top of it, and they're going to have to back up a little bit. So, are we going to get a channel here? It looks like it's just Brightwing, but she's probably enough to hold off Rexar, at least for the moment. We get the left camp being taken by the blue team and the right camp being taken by the red team at exactly the same time. No huge surprise there. Chen does turn the shrine top back to red, so the channel is no longer available. Puns Upon a Time have a full level lead here, and they are just a stone's throw away from 10, so you might see them slow play until 10 gets here, which it will be here very shortly. That camp being taken down. Fairly short order. Sylvanas putting poisons all over it. The top lane we have Chen still hasn't given up the point to Rexar yet. Other than that, looks like that's about a pretty even matchup. Looks like the gates are pretty close. But in the bottom lane, it's a different story. So if we go look at the blue gate, it's almost untouched. In the red gate, well, the red gate's not there anymore. Varian gets a taunt off on May, but she has her cryo stasis, whatever it's called, so she's able to get out of that. So we are going to try the channel here. Chen is there to disrupt it. They are going to be able to get Chen out of the picture. And at level 10, we have our first DK of the night. And riding in that will be Pet Wolverine. So Sylvanas is off the field, but they have a Dragon Knight. That's a pretty good trade. And they're going to make short work of those 2 towers. They're not going to mess around with the mid fort. They're going to come down here and they're going to take this bottom fort, which is basically going to be one big old dragony breath on top of it, and it's going to die. Nice kick there. And they're looking at the keep wall. I don't know if they're going to get much more. No, they're not. So they are going to fall back and get the fort. I think that's probably a good decision. I don't know that they were going to get much more than the wall there, and they could have gotten Sylvanas pinned and in trouble. So here, when the Dragon Knight's done, she'll be able to easily sneak out as long as she's not too silly. Dragon Knight's almost done. Oh, one last kick, but the kick doesn't go off because the cryo sleep, and that enables Vala to get the Rain of Vengeance. That almost went very, very badly for Sylvanas, but she does get out of there with her magical Banshee powers. So it looks like they're going to grab the blue camp for Once Upon a Time, and Team Momentum going to grab the red camp. Chen finishes his quest. That's good for him. So teams kind of mirroring each other at this point, just camp for camp, except for the fact that they're going to be down 2 forts. So it's also almost 13. So, ooh, Rexar, you need to get that bear back to you. Not quickly enough. Bear goes down. First kill for Team Momentum. So they're going to take their camp, and I would expect Team oh no, they're not. They're going to head down and take the bottom camp, and I would imagine they're going to fall back and take the other blue camp, maybe push them together and push with them both. Team Momentum has their camp. Varian anchoring, he draws a lot of attention. Even if he dies, they still got the camp, so that's actually not horrible for them. I think he was willing to sacrifice himself there. I think he's okay with his choices. So Vala gets on the board with the first kill of a non-bear hero. And there's the other kill of a bear-owning hero. That won't surprise me. So they do finally come back and take that camp. Team Momentum is going to be able to clear it up, so I don't know if that was about pushing as much as just taking it off the map. 13s are here for both teams. So at this point, XP almost even. We do have a slight structure lead for Once Upon a Time, so I think if Once Upon a Time just plays the map and plays solid, they do have the advantage, but this could turn very, very quickly. You get one team fight that goes badly for them, and Team Momentum is going to be ahead a little bit here. So this game is still really close and really exciting. So we've got 3v3 down on the bottom point. Let's go take a look at the top here. So Chen versus Rexar just letting Misha do the hard work for him there. That's a pretty even fight. Nope, maybe it's not. Rexar's going to come in. They do get the stun off on Chen. However, he's going to drink. I don't think they're going to be able to push him off the point just quite yet. I think it might take 2 heroes to get him off the point. Varian doing a really good job of anchoring, just hanging out motionless in the bush and watching. I don't have that kind of patience. I need to learn that someday. Oh, Lulu's in trouble though. Stukov goes down. Tassadar gets the kill. And they are looking for more. Archon is popped. Is the bear in trouble? Misha, yes, Misha is indeed in trouble. So we do have a potential red channel. Brightwing is up there. You know, the rule of thumb is you don't put the healer in there, but she's close. However, there are 3 members of Once Upon a Time. Are they going to taunt her and take her out? No. The polymorph comes out. Nice save, Brightwing. Nice save. Jen's going to come in and just bounce people all over the place and annoy them. And Sylvanas gets a face full of Ala, and she does not like that. Jugrob gets polymorphed again. Then the Rain of Vengeance comes out. He's protected. Is the protection going to last? No, it's not. Chen jumps in to finish him off. And Brightwing is going to jump in the Dragon Knight. So we have a Dragon Knight and 5v3 for Team Momentum. So this might be that chance for them to even up the map. So they should get this bottom fort with very little muss or fuss. Fort's going to go down. Dragon Knight's got a lot of support. They're not getting any heals, but They don't seem to be the worse for wear. That bottom keep wall is going to suffer a little bit of damage here. Tassadar with a nice wall there. Sylvanas has to back up. I don't think they're going to get more than the 2 towers there. They're actually... I don't know if they're going to get the other tower. May's working on it. Yeah, I think they are. Dragon Knight gives it one last cue to the face, and it goes down. So the map's still a little bit in favor of Once Upon a Time, but we do have a full level lead for Team Momentum. So if they can push that to 20, just patiently soak and then force a fight, they might be able to take a 2019 fight here and really, really, really turn the turn it around. The red camp being taken. Meanwhile, Once Upon a Time taking that bottom camp. They've done a really good job in seeing when that bottom camp is being able is ready for them to take, and then taking that instead of falling back and taking the back camp. So now they have both of them pushing together. The Siege Giants, one of them is still fairly healthy behind there. They've got the magic powers of the circle with this camp. So see if they're going to push with it. It looks like they are. Varian's hanging out in the bush just to make sure. No, they're not going to get near the keep wall. Probably good play because that camp went down very, very quickly. So where is Once Upon a Time going to go? Uh-oh. Are they coming for Chen? Looks like they might be. He's going to get taunted. Oh, no, he doesn't get taunted. He goes unstoppable and says, Varian, get out of here. Get out of here with your silly sword. I'm going to try and kill me a bear, too. I'm going to set a bear on fire. Run, bear. So Misha does survive. But it looks like some other heroes might not be. Vala gets an unstoppable, so she gets out of there. Archon is taken, so Stukov goes down. Vala gets a kill there. Varian is isolated with the snowball, and he's protected once. I don't think he's going to be protected a second time. Maybe, maybe not. Nope. The wall makes sure he gets out. He does not get out of there. The wall and some body blocks. So that's going to be 5v3 for Team Momentum. So they've got to be thinking about, well, no, they're not worried about getting the channel here. They're going to take this camp first. Brightwing is heading, I think she's heading down to the bottom here, so I would expect them to take this camp and then head to top and try and get that DK before Varian and Stukov are up. And it looks like that's indeed what they're going to do. Right now it's just Rexar up here. Tyke and Sylvanas are back dealing with camp things. So Misha gets stunned and killed. 20 is here for Team Momentum. And Brightwing is slowly making her way mid. I think she's going to be able to get that uncontested. Are they going to be able to sneak down in time? Brightwing is kind of slow, but they had to take the safe route there. They didn't trust that rotation through the woods there. Probably a good idea since they weren't 20. And nope, they've switched it up, so Brightwing doesn't want it, but Chen does. So it's only a level 20 DK. It's still going to do some damage, though. It's probably not a game-ending DK unless Once Upon a Time misplays it, but they're definitely going to get some buildings here. So they're going to skip the fort and just walk around it. And they are thinking keep. And then when Chen pops out, he can roll away, so he can... That's probably a good idea to put him in there. He can get the most advantage of the full 100% of that health bar. He punches the bear out of the way and then goes to work on the keep. Keep is going to fall pretty handily. Tychus got the Odin out defending, but he gets punted to the other side of the base there. So the keep is down, and they are going to leave. The dragon is at about 40% right now, so it's still got some time. Brightwing took a visible friend, so her friends are all silent and stealthy. Shh. And they are going to... What are they going to do to DK? Okay, they're going to sweep back and take this fort now. And Chen is getting chunked down inside the DK. He should be able to get away. He does get taunted, though. Oh no, the Shukov silence. He got the root off, but did not get a kill out of it. And unfortunately, Misha goes down and Sylvanas goes down. May is a little bit low, but they're going to stay in there. They're not going to back up from this fight. They've got a 5v4, and they really, really want that building. And Varian gets polymorphed. Wow, Brightwing. Nice poly. He didn't have a chance. And that fort's going to go down, and they do have 5v3. Are they going to look for more? They're going to think about a keep here. Or are they going to think about the win through the bottom lane? I don't know if they have time to do it, but it would be an interesting call. I could see it either way. Looks like the core call may have been made. Probably not at this point. But they're still here. They still have 16 seconds till Sylvanas gets up. Oh, May gets rooted and then silenced. She does pop out and get unstoppable. Tychus goes down. Well, now we have a 5-on-2. Sylvanas is going to be back up, though. And Team Momentum is indeed going to start working on the core. I think that wall, Lulu's able to walk away. I don't know if she's going to be able to, so Shukov lives for the moment. They are taking some core damage down to 87%. The taunt is off onto May and the silence, and Shukov goes down. May being very, very slippery. Nice feigned death from Rexar there. Ooh, he does get snowballed back, and Rexar goes down. Varian is probably going to go down. Just too much CC, all the CC in the world. And that makes it a 5v1. Sylvanas comes back to touch a well to get some mana, but she's not going to be able to turn that mana into nearly enough damage. So that is the game. Goes over to Team Momentum. So Team Momentum takes the series 2-0. A very, very entertaining series to open up some D-West action on opening night. So let's take a quick break. Actually, let's look at some stats first. So let's see who our big damage dealers are. So it was Vala, Chen, and Tassadar. I believe in game 2 we had 3 of the blue team on top of the DPS charts. It's exactly the opposite this game. We have 3 on top for the red team. And 14-2 in kills. I think that's your story right there. The damage was just too much. Stukov did a great job healing, but it was just too much damage to be healed off. And then the crowd control. You had the walls from Tassadar. Vala got some really good Rain of Vengeances in there to get some kills, and Brightwing with some really clutch polymorphs. So I think I'm going to see if anyone wants to get an interview in. But before we do that, I almost forgot. We have to come along and make it official. It's not a win until the caster says it's a win. So we're going to mark that off for Team Momentum. So we're going to take a quick break and see if we can't round up someone for a post-game interview. We'll see you in a moment.
The most important thing I've learned in all my journeys is balance. Work and play. Good and bad. Right and wrong. Honor. Tradition. A good brew. And most especially, family. These are the things that bring me balance. These are the things I fight for. terrible fate has befallen this world. Evil runs rampant, uncontested. I can stand by no longer. Die!
And I am back, everyone. We have Slex here from the victorious Team Momentum. So, how's your team feeling after this Week 1 2-1 victory?
I think we're pretty good. I think the games overall didn't go too bad. I think our game 1 and our game 3 drafts were pretty strong. I think the game 2 draft, we had a little bit of like a mix-up in the draft, and then we kind of just had different ideas. But overall, I think we're pretty happy. We're pretty excited to get the season started. So overall, not too bad.
Cool. So, if you have to pick an MVP overall, who's your MVP for your team tonight?
MVP for tonight. Maybe I'm a little bit biased because I'm a carry player, but I think it's got to go to my boy Rect, or a close second to myself. I'm a little bit biased here, but that's who I'm gonna give it with. Honestly, though, I think our team played really good overall. I can't. We've been like scrimming and doing other stuff like probably most other teams have, but today was definitely a better day for most of us. But I'd probably say I'd give it to Rect because that last task game was pretty strong. So.
Yep, that was why I asked you, and I didn't tell you who my MVP was because I would have a hard time picking one too. The DPS was really solid, but the healing was really good. That Bright Wing was really, really good game 3. A couple of really, really clutch polymorphs that I think Varian wishes had never happened because it led to him dying immediately. So the Bright Wing is on point. But just in general, you guys played a really, really, really good series. So congratulations on the win, and look forward to many more from you. So before we let you get out of here, so you can go and celebrate with your team, you have any shout outs you want to give?
Big shout out to Team Momentum, Canadian org based out of Toronto. We got a couple Winnipeg lads also on the team, so hopefully we have more Canadian players in this league. But definitely shout out to Team Momentum and the lads. We kind of had like a little bit of like a pickup team this year from other seasons. We only just came back after a couple of years of playing HOTS, so shout out to the league and shout out to Team Momentum for sure.
All right. Well, I will let you go and get off and get celebrating. So congratulations. And we look forward to you guys putting together some more victories as the season goes on.
Hey, appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Have a good one.
All right. That's going to do it for me here, everyone. Thanks for showing up, and we will see you in the next one.